Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just quickly filming this intro because I am going to put together a bunch of the videos that I took while we were in Durban of things that we did and places we ate at. So if you guys are in Durban and you're looking for things to do or places to eat, then definitely check out these places because all of them were really good. So if that's something that you're interested in, then keep watching. So the first petrol station that we stopped at, my husband decided to get some biltong and it was actually really good and my son enjoyed it as well. I can't remember the name of the petrol station though. So next we decided to stop in Clarence, and mainly it's because I love having the toast with the butter and jam at the Artist Cafe. I think it's the best strawberry jam that I've ever had in my entire life, and strawberry jam is my favorite. So we decided to stop off in Clarence and have breakfast before we went to Howick. So this is the menu and this is what the place looks like. We chose to sit outside, and I also brought my son's feeding chair along with us because it's just easier to use his chair because not every place has chairs. So my husband got a cappuccino, I got a peach iced tea, which is my favorite drink. He got like a farm omelette with like tomato, bacon, egg, cheese, that kind of stuff. And for some reason, after I had my son, I can't eat eggs, so I came here to eat the strawberry jam on toast, and that's exactly what I did. After we were done eating, we just walked around, and then we just took a walk around the corner to the Purple Onion, which is basically like a farm shop where they sell a bunch of things like jams and butters and things like that. So next we decided to try the Waffle House because the reviews and videos of this place seem like the food is really good. So we came to try it out for breakfast on our first day in Margate, and the menu is really interesting. There's like a lot of options, sweet and savory, for waffles. I had a savory waffle and so did my husband. He had a coconut pork curry waffle, which was actually quite nice, but I had the English breakfast waffle and those baked beans were amazing. When we were done eating, we walked around the Waffle House because you can walk down the steps and then they have these little craft shops with the locals that are selling like things that they made and clothes and jewelry. There was a lady selling arrows there as well. And then we decided to walk along, and then we found like this little bridge walkway type thing, and this basically takes you around like the lagoon side, the mangrove part of it, and if you walk through here you can get to the beach. So if I'm not mistaken, this is called Tanglewood, and then you walk all the way through here and then the beach is on the other side. So while walking through, we came across this place called the Resonance Circle. So we stopped here, we had a look around, and we also took some pictures here. Guys, I'm so sorry, but there's people walking on my street, so the neighbors' dogs are like going insane. And I've tried to record this voiceover a couple times, but I'm just gonna go with it. So here is where you can get onto boats, and then if you walk across here, you'll see that we are at the back of the Blue Lagoon restaurant, which you'll see later in this video. And then you just walk along here, and then in front of us is the beach. So this is the first beach that we actually walked onto, and I was super excited, although it was very hot, like absolutely scorching. But as you walk along here, you'll see there are people who are selling some crafts, like jewelry and wooden crafts and things like that. And then to the side on your left, you'll see like little thatch roofed places, and that's where people are selling like clothes, things that kids can play with in the ocean, and towels, etc., all those kind of things. And then you can also do boat rides here. So the next place that we decided to visit was the Butterfly Valley. This place is pretty cool. You can learn a lot about butterflies, and there's a lot to walk around and see. The people here are actually very friendly, and it's a little bit sad because COVID affected them very negatively. So business has been extremely slow, and basically a lot of the staff that works there, they're not permanent anymore. They basically volunteer, and they rely on tips to survive, just because they're not making enough money to actually stay open. But the staff didn't want the place to close, and they agreed to work there and just rely on people who come giving them tips, which is actually such an amazing thing, but also really sad, because it really is quite a cool place. I've never actually seen a place like this, and if I'm not mistaken, it's one of the last or the only butterfly farms in South Africa. But when you go in here, you're greeted by one of the staff members who will then take you to their craft shop, and that's where the tour normally starts. And as you can see, it's quite a beautiful walk. So once you get to the craft shop, there are fish tanks, there's like little toys, there's a whole bunch of random stuff that you could buy. Basically, purchasing anything from here can help them quite a bit. As you can see, they've got a lot of stuff for butterflies, toys for kids, and here he does a lot of explaining about certain butterflies and what they do here and things like that. So it's quite interesting to hear. So once he's done with that, he normally takes you to a place where you can sit and watch like a documentary on butterflies. And then your tour guide, which is normally this lady, she will come and take you, show you all of the butterflies and explain things to you. And it's pretty cool. I didn't take an extensive video of everything in there because it's just a whole lot, but this is something that's really cool. She actually glues each stick, okay, and cocoon in this cabinet, and that's where the butterflies basically emerge from. So that's pretty cool. She does that on her own. Then we basically walk you through and show you everything around the place, and I just absolutely love like the structure and the walls and things. It has such a cool vibe. And then you walk into the garden where basically the butterflies are all around you, and they can like sit on you and things like that. So it's pretty cool. They also have like a little pond with some koi. Okay, so this is the garden I was talking about. When you're walking in here, you have to be like super careful and also look at the ground because there's literally butterflies everywhere, and the last thing you want to do is step on any of them. So when I was a child, I used to love butterflies, but it's something that I used to enjoy with my grandfather, and I just feel like after he passed, I don't know, I just have this like unconscious, like not fear, but I don't know, I don't like them as much anymore. Like when they sit on me, I kind of get freaked out. I have no idea why this has happened to me, but yeah, so when I was walking around, I was just hoping that none of them sit on me. But yeah, there's a lot around there, and my son, like, he really enjoyed walking through here and looking at everything. And then at the end of the tour, she takes you down to this little place where it's the entrance to the hot room for the butterflies when it's really cold. Obviously we didn't go in there because the temperatures were like hectic in there, like about 40 degrees Celsius, and then in this room they have some tarantulas and some hedgehogs and things like that, and this is normally where the tour ends. So she was kind enough to take out a hedgehog and let my son play with it. And my son absolutely loved this experience because he really loves animals. No matter what animal you put in front of him, he will try to touch it, and he's super inquisitive and happy about it. So that was really kind of her. So guys, definitely, if you are in the area and you have some time to kill, please come and visit them. And the cool thing about it is your ticket is valid for, I think, 4 days if I'm not mistaken. So we decided to visit Riverbend over Crockwell just because on this particular day it was really hot and my son was really fussy and we didn't want to spend an hour in the car because he'd be crying. So we decided to come to Riverbend. Now, we have been coming here for years and years. My parents would always bring us to Margate for a holiday in December, and every single time we would come here. But the last time that we visited was 13 years ago, and so we decided to come back and see what everything is like now. So as you walk into the place, they have like kind of a shop, and you can walk around. They've got like gifts and stuff that you can buy. It's more for tourists, unfortunately, because the prices of the things are a little bit ridiculous. But again, this place is also very quiet, and COVID really affected them quite badly. And unfortunately, due to this, as you can see, the restaurant does not open every single day. So when we came, it was closed, and the place is very quiet. There was actually only one other family there at the time that we were there. So it was pretty sad. And in terms of like the crocodiles you'll see now, there isn't as much as there used to be 13 years ago. It's really beautiful walking through here though, and because they want a lot of people, we had the place to ourselves. That was actually a good thing because it was very windy on this particular day, and I was wearing a dress. And even though it was a long dress, it was like a flowy one, and the wind literally blew it over my head. Thank God there was no one around to see that, because I would have been mortified. But anyway, as you can see, there's all the crocodiles. There's this cool bridge where you like walk over, and I've never actually been worried about that until I had my son and we were walking over it with him, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if it collapses? But obviously it would never do that because health and safety is like their top priority. But as you can see, the enclosures are beautiful. Everything is clean and well maintained. And then once we were done walking around the bridge, we basically just got off the bridge and walked around the back. And there is where you can see right at the bottom that there still are some big crocodiles down there. But because they can't afford enough staff, they can't allow people to walk down there by themselves. Then they have like this little thing where they have some snakes. This painting on the wall is actually very cool and really informative. You can take a screenshot or pause to read. And then yeah, they've just got some snakes that you can walk around and have a look at. We have gone to Pure Venom and things like that before, so obviously we're very familiar with the venomous snakes and the different types of snakes there are in South Africa. Also because we have had many snakes and bred many snakes, this was just something that we like to walk around and have a look at. But for us, it wasn't very interesting or exciting because it felt very like normal. But like I said, it's just because we have seen a lot of other things. But if you are a person who's either scared of snakes or really intrigued by them or don't see them very often, then this will be very entertaining for you. So all in all, it was like a really beautiful experience just walking around looking at the animals and things. The place is actually very clean. It's just very sad that the business has scaled down to such an extent because of COVID and things. So guys, definitely if you're in the area, go and give them some support. I'm sure they'd really appreciate it and you'll have a really fun day out. So this is the restaurant that you saw at the beginning of the video. It is right there on the beachfront, really beautiful. The top part of it is a bar and you can also order food there, and then the bottom is a restaurant where you can sit. We sat both at the top and the bottom. We chose to eat here quite a bit. The food here is absolutely amazing, and the drinks as well, and it is just such a cool vibe sitting there. So we really enjoyed coming there. And then I had to just include this little clip of this restaurant, the Green Chili. The people, they are so kind and so friendly, and the food was absolutely delicious.